Chalemba in a muzzle of Castillo right now.
Castillo is an Olympian. His only 2 losses are to undefeated.
Probably has never seen either one of them before. This is a huge step up in class, but you can see, not intimidated, Ichel Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev. He's
difficult to get out of there. He's as tough as he comes.
He was basically retired one of the Chris Mannix gave that first round to Bivol. Bivol beats you with a jab. Now you see how it totals up. Jab right hand by Bivol.
In the last 2 fights,
Dmitry Bivol, the reigning WBA light heavyweight champion, faced off against Lenin Castillo at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago. The fight, part of the same card that featured Alexander Usyk versus Chaz Witherspoon, was streamed live on DAZ, but despite its place in a high-profile event, the bout itself was met with tepid reactions, largely due to its one-sided nature. Bivol, undefeated and known for his precise boxing style, began the fight on the front foot. From the first bell, he pushed the pace, utilizing his sharp jab to establish control. Mixing in feints and well-timed overhand rights, the Russian fighter kept his Dominican opponent, Lenin Castillo, constantly guessing. Castillo, a former Olympian, was cautious in the early rounds, trying to fight tall and staying back, relying on his reach to land counters.
In Southern Barrera, he was up big in that fight, and he went for the knockout and got it in the 12th round.
Did you see Dmitry Bivol? That's for sure, especially to get the knockout like Chris Mannix wants to jab downstairs and right hand to the body. I want to see more jabs. If you can't go upstairs with that jab,
trying to get his rhythm, trying to get his time. It's a nice jab. That landed by Bivol. And another jab. You can take the power of beterbiev. You can take the power of some counter shots with Bivol that's pressing whatever action we're seeing at this point. Now, he was excited. Yeah, beginning with that Nathan Featherly fight over at the end of the season. Kind of forced the fight, which was definitely the case. 200 pounds.
Allow him to stand on his one spot. You have to move around and make him move around.
Getting ready for round 3 here. Dmitry Bivol defending his title against Lenin Castillo. Castillo's doing quite well. He's in this fight. He's boxing well. You see him firing, but he is not seizing the opportunity here once he gets his man in that corner.
because Castillo's been...
The main event is next. Alexander Usyk, unified cruiserweight champion, taking on Chaz Witherspoon.
6 foot in height and a 70 reach. That's Master Winner looking for the knockout because Castillo looks right to me.
No, he gathered himself and he fires back here. He was smiling as he jabbed there, and he's firing back. Take it easy. No, people are going to take risks, try to come away with the most significant win of their career. Not as frequently as you need to do to win rounds. But if you're smiling at a guy, grinning at a guy, chances are that guy Castillo having a decent night. Don't know if he's winning any rounds. When it's Chris Mannix, he is not. Bivol doubling up on the jab. Castillo able to. It absolutely is. Bivol wins and wins cleanly. That's what Bivol, I'm saying. Bivol. I'm saying if you're in Bivol's corner, you say, hey man, let's get this guy out. You say, hey, let's just keep winning these rounds. Bivol as well. And that's why they knocked out Russell. Look at the body on the guy.
No, maybe that's the case here because look, he started out starching guys, of course, on the way up, and now that he's fighting, he's jabbing and throwing that right hand Bivol has downstairs effectively.
Bivol now digs in. Wintrust Arena in Chicago, right hand by Bivol. Brian Kenny with Sergio Mora. Could do something spectacular to make a name for himself, or he could just defend. Let's see what he tries. I think it's an opportunity here. Land more scoring shots, and these aren't doing big damage. Hands up like that constantly, and absorb, trying to block those punches coming at you.
Bivol has power behind those punches too. He has 15 knockouts in 20 fights. He's sharp. He's still looking for
landing to the body and landing to the head. Down goes Castillo. That fast.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on.
Drop Castillo. And yet, is it enough for the Chris Mannixes of the world? I have no issue with Castillo continuing to perform.
However, Bivol's quick footwork allowed him to land and evade without taking significant damage. As the rounds progressed, Bivol displayed an impressive variety of punches. He targeted Castillo's body and head, launching powerful jabs, looping left hooks, and straight right hands. By the second round, Castillo was visibly struggling to keep up with the Russian's pace. His counters, while present, were few and far between. He was relegated to surviving rather than posing a legitimate threat to the champion.
Just as well as Castillo.
It is interesting too, Sergio, and Chris touched on it, that, Castillo's doing it's gorgeous.
It was a beautiful knockdown, but I don't think Castillo's that hurt right now. Like, his body language is...
Ate a little leather, he comes back fired. Hard now, right hands. In the 6th, we'll see what Bivol looks to do here in the 7th.
Waiting the timing of the shots at Bivol. Right now, he just barely missed with a right uppercut, which is a dangerous shot for the Dmitry Bivol.
Again, this will be the test. Again, he said he let his focus some of those knockouts. Okay, I'm just asking. A little defensive there. That's his opportunity of his career. Throw some good body shots. Maybe with the hook to the ground. What does his corner start to say? I think at some point you have to decide if you're going to open up your shot.
So, he almost landed a nice right hand Castillo did right there. So, you don't have to.
They could go to Usyk and say, what do you make of that? And yet, he just got chopped down. People just put him down.
That 6-inch reach disadvantage that he has, but he's been doing a good job timing the guy down in spectacular fashion. If you want to win the world title, you better get your starts these guys.
It's true. But you can look to the consistent excellence of Bivol.
Probably belongs better super middleweight than Bivol. So I like that right hand on there. You can't land 3 shots upstairs and just touch him downstairs. Bivol countered a lazy jab by Castillo, and it paid off with a knockdown. They both acknowledge each other.
Yeah, that's something that's what we're there yet, but I think that's something we'll have to talk about. To your point, Chris, you're right. This is his show. Bivol with his signature moment in this fight. Bivol able to
win the rounds. I mean, look, you're in there with a guy that's still looking to counterpunch and really to overexert himself and doing combinations. It's with a power jab and sharp laser right hands like he is scheduled for 12. Isaac Chilemba and Sullivan Barrera, Jen Pascal, these guys are some of the best fighters. He has no choice. Castillo. See that great shot by Castillo all the time.
Very good.
Make those 3 pieces in the round. You understand? 3 pieces. Second series is supposed to be hard. You are.
Bivol doesn't quite have the power. Some of the he's got the crispness. Those are accurate. Puts the prevention on Bivol. Fighters in Russia and Ukraine, people just come right out. That's a shame.
The turning point came midway through the 6th round when Bivol dropped Castillo with a sharp counter right hand during a heated exchange. Castillo managed to get back on his feet and even had moments where he looked reinvigorated, landing some body shots in retaliation. However, Bivol remained calm, calculated, and relentless in his pursuit of victory, consistently outlanding Castillo in the exchanges. By the 9th round, Castillo showed signs of life, delivering his best work of the fight. A well-timed counter left hook momentarily forced Bivol back, but it came after the Russian had already landed a combination of punches, maintaining control of the rhythm. This pattern continued into the championship rounds, with Castillo occasionally finding success.
WBO Latino light heavyweight champion Lenin Castillo. Introducing the reigning, defending, undefeated WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, Dmitry Bivol.
But never enough to significantly alter the course of the bout. It was a case of too little too late for the Dominican fighter, who never fully committed to risking everything in pursuit of an upset. When the final bell rang, it was clear that Bivol had done more than enough to retain his title. The judges unanimously agreed, scoring the fight 120-107 and 119-108 twice in favor of the defending champion. Bivol's record improved to 17-0, with 11 of those victories coming by knockout. For Castillo, this loss dropped him to 23-1, although he could take solace in the fact that he survived all 12 rounds against one of the division's most skilled fighters. Statistically, the fight reflected Bivol's dominance. According to CompuBox, Bivol landed 188 of his 652 thrown punches, connecting at a rate of 29%. Castillo, on the other hand, landed just 98 of his 429 punches, for a lower success rate of 23%. The difference in punch output and accuracy told the story of the bout. While Castillo had moments, he simply couldn't match Bivol's pace and precision. After the fight, Bivol addressed the criticism that his style may not be the most fan-friendly. "Maybe there are people who say, 'You are a boring fighter,' or something like this," he said. "But I try to win, and I won. Who wants to fight me? Who wants to try to beat me?" Indeed, while Bivol may not have delivered the kind of electrifying knockout performance that excites casual fans, his clinical approach once again proved to be highly effective. The real question now is, what's next for Bivol? The light heavyweight division is stacked with talent, but many of the top fighters are aligned with rival promoters, making it challenging to secure big fights. However, Bivol remains hopeful. He's expressed interest in a unification bout against the winner of the upcoming fight between Alexander Gvozdyk and Artur Beterbiev, two other top-tier light heavyweights. "I want to fight the winner of Gvozdyk-Beterbiev or Canelo Kovalev," Bivol said, referring to another highly anticipated matchup in the division, where Sergey Kovalev is set to defend his WBO title against Canelo Alvarez, who is moving up in weight. A unification fight between Bivol and the winner of Gvozdyk-Beterbiev would certainly be a fan-pleaser. Both Gvozdyk and Beterbiev are known for their aggressive, come-forward styles, which could potentially contrast nicely with Bivol's more measured, technical approach. Such a fight could determine who is truly the best light heavyweight in the world. Alternatively, a showdown with Kovalev, should he defeat Alvarez, would be another intriguing option. A fight between two Russian champions would be a major event, especially given Kovalev's stature in the sport. Bivol has made it clear that he's open to all options. If he can't secure a unification fight at light heavyweight, he's even willing to move down in weight to the super middleweight division to chase big fights. Regardless of who Bivol faces next, one thing is certain: he's not content to rest on his laurels. He wants to continue testing himself against the best fighters in the world and solidify his legacy as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. Dmitry Bivol's unanimous decision win over Lenin Castillo may not have been the most thrilling bout of his career, but it was another reminder of the Russian champion's technical prowess. With the light heavyweight division packed with talent, Bivol's future is full of exciting possibilities, whether it be a unification bout against Gvozdyk or Beterbiev, or a high-profile fight against Sergey Kovalev, or even Canelo Alvarez.